Yo, Loot Now crew! Got a quick one for you. Today I'm diving into the 10 best indie gems that blew my mind at Gamescom 2025. These titles are fire, so I'm on a roll to drop them straight into your heads. In Inkbound, the Library of Eris, you step into the shoes of Clyde, an unesteemed scholar who's now the last line of defense against a cursed archive that devours minds and bodies alike. The game throws you into a Victorian-era, Magus-infused roguelike where every hallway of the great library is a maze of twisted knowledge and eldritch horrors. You'll fight warped scholars, corrupted Steph, and otherworldly monstrosities while constantly balancing your frail body against the limitless, ever-changing power of the ink. What sets this title apart is its spellcrafting system. The ink isn't just a resource, it's a living, breathing entity that lets you combine abilities on the fly, writing your own spells in the heat of battle. Each death is a reset, but the knowledge you collect carries forward, allowing you to grow wiser and stronger with every descent. The combat is fair but unforgiving, demanding precise timing and thoughtful resource management. Overall, Inkbound delivers a haunting, atmospheric experience that rewards experimentation. It's a challenging but deeply satisfying roguelike that will keep you turning the pages of that cursed library long after the screen goes dark. Imagine waking up alone on a remote island after a mysterious crash. The only thing you have is the wild around you. In Mayday, the survival island, that premise turns into an open-world sandbox where every choice shapes your story. You're dropped onto 24 handcrafted islands, each with its own climate, wildlife, and secrets. Gather wood, fish, plant crops, and raise animals, all while your base evolves from a simple shelter into a bustling homestead. But survival isn't just about food and shelter. Glowing totems, cryptic symbols, and ancient ruins hint at a deeper mystery that keeps you turning over every stone. There are no checkpoints or linear missions. You decide when to hunt, when to explore, and when to dig into the island's hidden past. Progress feels earned, new tools, structures, and even new islands unlock as your base thrives. If you love building, exploring, and unraveling a story at your own pace, Mayday delivers a surprisingly rich survival experience with a twist of intrigue that keeps you coming back. In a kingdom swallowed by madness, the Mad King has twisted forbidden magic to revive his queen, only to lose his mind in the process. The game throws you into that chaos, letting you slash, punch, and smash your way through hordes of enemies with simple, satisfying button combos. It feels like a classic beat-em-up, but every run is a fresh roguelike challenge, randomized enemies, loot, and the ever-present threat of the king's insanity. You control one of 4 distinct heroes, each with a unique fighting style and a backstory that hints at a personal sin. As you progress, you upgrade the entire Brotherhood, unlock new combat moves, artifacts, and even new heroes. That progression layer gives the game a deep replay value. Every time you hit the start button, the path to the king's throne feels different. The key to victory? Persistence. Damage you deal to the Mad King sticks around for the whole run, so a coordinated team can grind him down. If you're the first to fall, the king's health resets, and the cycle starts over. It's brutal, but that's the point. Each failure is a lesson, each run a chance to refine your strategy. The visuals lean into retro 3D with pixel-style textures and a punchy color palette that feels nostalgic yet fresh. The soundtrack pumps up the intensity, but never overwhelms the action. Controls are tight, the punch and kick combos feel like a dance you can't help but repeat. If you love the visceral joy of a good brawler and the thrill of roguelite progression, this game delivers both. It's a tough, unforgiving journey through a fallen kingdom, but it rewards patience and teamwork. Grab your friends, arm yourself, and step into the fray. You've got one shot at saving the realm from the Mad King's twisted reign. In the world of Ardemia, darkness has settled like a heavy veil, and the only hope lies in the hands of 2 young heroes, Rio and Rayma. Their quest begins with a simple yet profound goal: restore the legendary Sword of the Shrine by gathering its 8 elemental gems. As they travel across a sprawling overworld, the game delivers the charm of classic SNES action RPGs, fast, responsive, real-time combat, a deep equipment and spell system, and a generous amount of loot to collect. What sets Shrine's Legacy apart is the dual aerodynamic. One companion is always by your side, either controlled by the AI or by a friend in Coop, making every encounter feel like a true partnership. The world is teeming with secrets, hidden crafting materials, magical jewels, and the elusive Zool that reward careful exploration. Dungeons are designed to test both your combat prowess and your puzzle-solving skills, with bosses that guard powerful upgrades and spells that can turn the tide of battle. The narrative isn't just about defeating monsters. It's about making hard choices that shape the characters' bonds and the fate of Ardenia itself. Sacrifice becomes a central theme. How far will Rio and Rayma go to protect what they love? In short, Shrine's Legacy offers a nostalgic yet fresh action RPG experience, blending tight gameplay mechanics with a heartfelt story that will keep you invested from the first turn to the final showdown. The Sword of the Shrine awaits. Will you answer the call? Esoteric Ebb throws you into a neon-slick, post-arcane punk city where the streets hum like a disco beat and every conversation feels like a dice roll. You're the cleric, a government goon who can bend reality and your own stats to your will. The game is a mashup of classic CRPG vibes and tabletop drama. Every choice you make echoes through branching dialogues, faction wars, and a city that literally has a tea shop explosion on the day of the first election. What makes it stand out is the absurdity of the setting. Devils running corner shops, drunk sphinx debating politics, and a zombie that seems to be the only thing that's truly alive. Your stats are not just numbers. They're voices that interrupt your talks, forcing you to decide whether to control minds or just roll a natural 20 when you need it. Combat is turn-based, but the dice are your best friend and worst enemy. A single roll can save you or make you look like a complete fool, and failure often feels more entertaining than success. The quest tree feels like a mind map, letting you route branches that change your playstyle on the fly. If you want a game that feels like you're sitting at a table with a real DM, juggling insane choices, rolling for fate, and watching the city of Norvik either fall or rise under your ridiculous influence, Esoteric Ebb is the ticket. Roll, decide, and let the dice dictate your destiny. Another farm roguelike throws you into a pixel-perfect world where the only goal is to turn a patch of dirt into a gold mine. You plant, harvest, and trade, but every season you're also fighting the clock and the ever-looming rent. The game gives you 30 different buildings and over 250 items, so the choices feel endless. Build a silo, craft a new tool, or recycle scraps into something more valuable. The roguelike twist keeps the stakes high. Each run starts fresh, but the upgrades you earn carry over, letting you stack your profits like a farmer stacking crops. The core loop is tight, plant, grow, sell, reinvest, yet the random events and resource scarcity make each playthrough feel like a fresh harvest. For fans of strategy and a good grind, another farm roguelike is a surprisingly addictive, bite-sized farming adventure that rewards hard work with the sweet taste of success. Gecko Gods takes you on a gentle, curiosity-driven journey across a forgotten archipelago. You play as a tiny but mighty gecko scaling sun-kissed ruins, weaving through lush caves, and uncovering the remnants of an ancient civilization all at your own pace. There's no wrong turn. Every ledge, crevice, and hidden path invites discovery. The game's core is its movement. Scale walls, ceilings, and cliffs with effortless agility, feeling the joy of every climb. When you're ready to take a break, hop onto a small wooden boat and glide between islands. Each stop offers fresh puzzles, tasty insects, and secret surprises that feel earned, not forced. Puzzles feel natural using the environment rather than gimmicky mechanics. You'll find yourself manipulating light, water, and ancient mechanisms in ways that feel intuitive and satisfying. The atmosphere is calm and immersive, echoing the quiet wonder of titles like A Short Hike, Abs, and Sable. If you love relaxed exploration, thoughtful platforming, and a world that rewards curiosity, Gecko Gods is a must-play. It's a soft-spoken adventure that reminds you that sometimes the best journeys are those you can take at your own pace. Welcome to the world of humans. Picture a cozy, whimsical planet where darkness is your ally and light is the enemy. You play as Shu, the mythical guardian of planet Earth, and you've got a secret, a dual personality that flips your playstyle from terrifying to adorable in a heartbeat. In the dark, Shu is fierce, fast, and ready to scare those clueless humans away. In the light, he's slow, vulnerable, and get this, extremely huggable. And if you're a fan of hugs, you're in for a surprise. Your job? Use the environment to stress those humans out, play with cute purrs, toss bottles, snap twigs, sabotage lights, and even trigger frozen Yeti jump scares. There's no single path to victory. Creativity is your biggest weapon. The game thrives on humor. Watch humans peeing, playing a questionable banjo, slipping on ice, and wailing in panic. Each laugh is earned through clever tactics and playful mischief. And if you're a casual gamer, you'll love the pick-you-pan play feel. No punishing checkpoints or game overs keep the experience light and breezy. As you progress, the world grows harsher, puzzles get tougher, and saving planet Earth becomes a real race against time. But thanks to its family-friendly design and non-combat focus, everyone can join the fun. Built on Unreal Engine 5, Humans delivers a universe of charm, laughter, and a dash of cuteness aggression. So, are you ready to scare off the humans and save planet Earth? The answer is a resounding, let's go! In 1999, Greenheart City was a quiet place until the lights went out over Rogue Mansion, the once-glorious home of the Rogue couple. Now, the mansion is a maze of shadows, haunted by tragedy and the restless dead. That's where Rogue Mansion throws you in, blending survival horror with roguelike chaos. Each run is a fresh nightmare. The corridors rearrange themselves, and the deeper you go, the more unpredictable the threats become. You can pick from a handful of distinct characters, each with unique gear, perks, and motives, and even switch between first-person and third-person on the fly to suit your playstyle. The game rewards careful resource management and clever puzzle solving. Grab a new weapon, unlock a costume, or find a hidden item that can turn the tide against the unworldly creatures stalking you. Every choice feels meaningful because the stakes are real: escape or be swallowed by the mansion's darkness. Visually, the game is a love letter to the PS2 era. Chunky polygons, nostalgic textures, and modern effects that keep the atmosphere tense and immersive. It feels like stepping into an old console stream, but with the depth of a modern roguelike. If you're craving a game that tests your nerves, strategy, and curiosity, Rogue Mansion is the horror lover's next challenge. Dive in, but remember, one wrong step could be your last. Hey gamers, strap in because Super Meat Boy 3D is throwing the classic 2D grind into the third dimension. No, not a fancy VR thing, just a 3D world that's still all about that brutal, Twitch-based platforming we love. Picture a cube of meat leaping off walls, slicing through seas of buzzsaws, and tumbling through crumbling caves, all while trying to rescue a bandage-clad girlfriend from an evil fetus in a tux. It's a relentless, soul-crushing experience that ramps from hard to downright unforgiving, with lush forests, dump-filled wastelands, and high-tech forges that spawn traps you'll die 1,000 times for. The boss fights are epic, the secrets are plentiful, and the soundtrack, once dubbed by a Guitar Center employee as either buy the guitars or get out, keeps your adrenaline pumping. If you crave a straightforward, novel platformer that will have you screaming at the screen, Super Meat Boy 3D is your next challenge. Prepare to test your reflexes, your patience, and your love for meat. Thanks for sticking around. If you enjoyed the video, hit that like button and subscribe so you won't miss the next one. Catch you next time.